felt like doing a tag video. I decided to go with the 17 random questions tag. This may not be the same one that everybody else has done. Who knows? I'm just kind of going off of ones that I find on the interwebs. So, yeah, let's do this thing. Number 1, how did you get your YouTube username? Well, I believe my YouTube username is actually my name. So, yeah. Real crazy. But I will change that instead to my Instagram name, since I believe that is something a little different. So, my Instagram name is Love, Laugh, Live, Liz. So the reason why I went with that was because I wanted to have something that is kind of alliteration, and not necessarily that it's hard to say, because it is kind of hard to say, but it's something that's kind of memorable, you know, like you're just like, oh yeah, I kind of remember that name. Like, I don't know. I thought it was kind of weird. Plus, I mean, my whole YouTube, Instagram thing is about life and living life and beauty and loving beauty and loving yourself and love yourself first. And, you know, all that kind of stuff, you know. And so the laugh is more specifically because I try to remember to laugh myself, try to kind of keep myself positive. I struggle with depression, so laughter is, as cheesy as it sounds, laughter is the best medicine out there, and laughter is what keeps me going, which is why I married my husband, because, well, one of the many reasons why I married my husband, because he is a constant source of laughter and happiness in my life. Number 2, if you could change your name to anything, what would it be and why? Well, seeing as how I love my name. As I said in another video, I was named after both my grandparents, Lucille Elizabeth, which is my first name, and James Allen, which is my middle name. I see it as a constant reminder of them, and they're part of my life. They helped raise me. They have been a very big part of my life. So I personally would not change my name. Now, if they changed the question to if I had to change my name to anything, maybe Savannah. I don't know. I love very traditional, old school names, which is why I actually love, one of the reasons why I love my name. It's about as old school as you can get. It's biblical. But, I mean, I love old names. Like, I mean, I named my daughter Amelia. If we have another daughter, it's probably going to be another old traditional name like that. Anything really traditional and something that you would have heard in like the 1910s, 1920s, all that kind of stuff. Number 3, if you could go back in time and give your younger self advice, what would it be and why? So my advice to myself would be to learn to love myself and appreciate myself. I went through a very long period where I hated everything about myself. I hated the way I looked. I hated the size that I was. I hated just about everything that I could possibly hate. And, hi Lily. And it took a very long time to finally accept myself for who I was, and once I finally accepted myself and started to love myself, my confidence just went through the roof. And I, all of a sudden, it was amazing. It was like night and day. And all of a sudden I had all these guys, well, I say all these guys, 4 or 5 guys saying, you know, like, oh, I really like you, and oh, I'd really like to go out with you. And I mean, that's not the reason why. I wish I had known that earlier, but the confidence is what they liked, and the confidence is what they found attractive. Because a girl who's insecure is typically a clingy girl. You know, if you're basing your self-worth off of what somebody else thinks of you, you're not going to be the kind of person that another person wants to be in a relationship with. It's a fact of life. There's a reason why females find confident men sexy. It's just, confidence is sexy. Confidence has always been sexy. Something else to consider, though, is the difference between confidence and arrogance. Confidence is sexy. Arrogance makes me want to punch you in the face. Like, totally different things. Confidence is loving yourself. Arrogance is saying, well, you should like me. Like, why? If you don't like me, then there's something wrong with you. Like, no. You should be looking at people and saying, if you don't like me, that's okay, because I love myself. That's about the best I can describe it. Number 4, how old were you when you first learned to blow bubblegum? Or, like, blow a bubblegum bubble. How the hell am I supposed to remember that? Seriously. Like, does anybody else remember that? I don't remember the first time that I blew a freaking bubblegum bubble. It's a weird question. Number 5, what did you want to be when you were little? So, I wanted to be a few different things. I kind of, like, switched it around. It was always something science-based, though. For the longest time, it was a veterinarian, because I love animals a lot. But then I realized that the emotional toll, I wouldn't be able to handle. Like, I can't watch Animal Cops without bawling my eyes out, like, literally every single episode. I just, seeing animals hurt and in distress just breaks my heart, and I would be an absolute wreck every single day. The positives would not outweigh the negatives for me. So that's something. I also wanted to be an astronaut. I even went to space camp when I was in 7th grade, which I know is like super dorky, but it was so much fun. And then shortly after that, I actually decided that I wanted to be an aerospace engineer. And then it was aeronautical engineer, and I kind of went back and forth between those, and then it was just different types of engineering for a while. Basically, it was anything that had to do with mechanical things, with math, with putting things together and seeing how they work. And funny thing is, now, I mean, I have zero desire to go back to school. I know that's probably a terrible way to think about it. I don't see myself going back into the working community. If I do, though, it would probably be as a automotive mechanic. So, follow in my dad's footsteps. Number 6, what do you order at Starbucks? Well, since I hate Starbucks, I do not order anything at Starbucks. Starbucks is a last resort for me, like 100% last resort. I don't like Starbucks. They overbrew, or they over roast their coffee, so it's all burnt. They have to put so much flavoring into it to overpower that burnt taste that it's disgusting. So I don't order anything there. If I go to Starbucks, I don't get a coffee drink. I would probably get, it's like a passion fruit tea or something like that. I don't know. That's pretty delicious. So I get sweetened. I can't remember what it's called though. Maybe it's pomegranate. I don't remember. It's pretty yummy, but I haven't been to Starbucks in a very, very long time. Up here in Washington, we have a lot of coffee stands that are just either independently owned or just very locally owned. And kind of like a Dutch Brothers, that kind of deal, except they're not usually big chains. But you find them everywhere. There's at least 4 within a 5-minute drive from my house. But I typically go there, and if I'm getting coffee outside of the house, and I get a iced white chocolate mocha. Number 7, when's the hardest you've ever laughed? Is that what it says? Actually, it says, what's the hardest you've ever laughed? But that doesn't make any sense. I couldn't tell you, honestly, because I laugh so hard all the time. Like I said in I think it's the first question. Yeah, the first question. I love to laugh, and laughter is my way of getting through a lot of things. And my husband makes me laugh all the time, like all the time. He's not only hilarious and a smart ass and everything else, but he always knows the right things to say to just get me to crack up, or the right things to do. I mean, yesterday he pretty much had me in tears because I was laughing so hard, because he was driving me absolutely crazy while I was cooking, and like coming over and like tickling my neck and then like tickling my sides, and it was ridiculous. But belly laughing is an almost daily occurrence here, but at least when he's home. So number 8, if you could play any musical instrument, what would it be and why? So I actually play a musical instrument. I play the cello. I started playing it when I was in 6th grade, and it's my favorite instrument. It really is. It's beautiful. But unfortunately, I had to sell my cello. It was kind of heart-wrenching, actually. But it was not getting used, and it wasn't... it was really just taking up space in our apartment, which is already really tiny. I couldn't put it out in storage because it would get ruined. Go away. And I don't know, it was one of those things where it needed to be loved, and I wasn't giving it the love it deserved. As really corny as that probably sounds, especially talking about an inanimate object, but I did love that cello. Anyways, so yeah, I played it for about 10 years, and then I had to get rid of it. But it's a beautiful... I love the cello. It's my favorite instrument. I love to listen to it. I could listen to it all day. So, number 9, what's your favorite thing to do when you're upset? I like to listen to music a lot. But if I'm like really upset, I tend to just kind of hole up in my mind and read and stuff like that, like stuff that I can just kind of be quiet and concentrate on. But yeah, music and reading. Number 10, what's your favorite movie? Again, like I said in the 25 get to know me questions, there's no way in hell I can pick a specific movie. Actually, you know what? Let's look at my video collection.
So ignore the craziness going on right now and the sound of my washer going. But first we have this one, which, you know, doesn't seem like very much. But then we go down here and we've got all those. And then we've got all of these. So this goes to the J's. Down at the bottom are J's. Then down through here goes more alphabetical to the beginning of the P's, and then starting from the P's all the way down to Z. So this one I know is supposed to hold 300. That one I believe is supposed to hold right around 200, maybe more. And who knows how many we've got down there. So yeah, no way in hell I could possibly pick a favorite movie.
Number 11. What is one food you cannot live without? Probably bread, actually. If I had to go gluten-free and eat gluten-free bread, I would be miserable. I love bread. Bread is my bestie. Well, carbohydrates in general are, but I love bread. I can't live without bread. Hi, Lily. Number 12, what is your favorite dessert? Favorite, like, normal dessert that you can get just about anywhere would have to be cheesecake. Favorite fancy dessert is creme brulee. Love that. Number 13, favorite pizza topping. Y'all are gonna think I'm weird. Pepperoni with onion, bell pepper, and pineapple. Hey guys, so as you can tell, the lighting has changed and so have my clothes. I had to stop filming yesterday for insert random reason here, so I wanted to finish the tag today. If you see me in this outfit in another video coming up shortly, it's because I'm filming another video after this. I wanted to actually finish the tag that I started yesterday, especially since I only have 4 more questions. So let's go with number 14. Which superpower would you rather have? The superpower to read minds or to be invisible? I really don't want to know what everybody's thinking. I already think that everybody is pretty stupid, and I don't even know what's actually going through their head. If I heard what all was actually going through their head, I would probably become a serial killer. But to be invisible would be really cool. Just, I don't know. Especially after, you know, reading Harry Potter and things like that, you just kind of get an appreciation for all the things you can do when you can become invisible. So yeah. Number 15, what did you do for your last birthday? So my last birthday, we were actually in Dallas visiting family at the time. And that was my first birthday with family in, I think, about 4 years. So that was a pretty big deal to me. And the week before my birthday, I celebrated it with my parents because that's who we were staying with. And we just stayed at their place, and my mom cooked me my favorite meal, fried chicken with mashed potatoes and corn, and just had a really nice day. And then on my actual birthday, we were with my mother-in-law, and we actually went to the mall, which I know doesn't sound very exciting, but when you live on the peninsula up here in Washington, your only mall is not very good, or you have to go all the way down to Tacoma. Regardless, we were at the mall there, and we went to you know, the Disney store and things like that. We went to, I believe, Cheddar's for lunch, which is one of my favorite places. They have amazing food. And then I think we went to the Cheesecake Factory afterwards for cheesecake because I wanted cheesecake. And then later that night we went to Dave & Buster's and shot pool and just kind of hung out, and it was so much fun. So yeah, last birthday was actually the best birthday I'd had in a really long time. So number 16, if you had one personal selfish, quote unquote selfish wish, what would it be and why? It'd be to bring my grandpa back, but to bring him back healthy and happy. My grandpa passed away from dementia with Lewy bodies about a little over 5 years ago now, and he was really suffering there at the end. So I wouldn't want him to come back that way. I would want him to come back healthy and happy and able to do all the things that he would want to do. Number 17, this is a weird one. If you were a Pokemon, what would you be called and what would you look like? So I've always, I haven't really looked at Pokemon in general since like elementary school. They came out when I was in elementary school, so I do remember them. I didn't really do anything with them, especially not since. I do remember Snorlax, I believe, which is the sleepy one. I'd be something like him, but like combining like eating a bunch of things and stuff like that, because I love to sleep, I love to eat. That's my life. And I would look probably like a sloth. Oh man. So guys, that was the 17 random questions tag. It was kind of silly, and actually it was very silly, but I think it probably explained a few things a little bit better about myself. And yeah, it was fun, and I'm sure you guys will be seeing another tag video soon. Alright, so if you guys like this video or enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, or makeup tutorials, or unboxings, or pretty much anything else, please click subscribe down below over here, because it's what I enjoy doing, and there's going to be a lot more. I'm not slowing down anytime soon. So, alright guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this, and and don't forget to follow me on Instagram. My Instagram name is going to be up here somewhere, I believe. Yes. Alright.